Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Butterflies Poison. My god, the last part was so good! So excited! Oh! Just grabbed us and kissed us like I hoped! I like the fact that this game meets my expectations instead of subverting them, you know what I mean? It's like, you know you just want him to grab you and kiss you, so here you go. And it's like, yay! I love it! Anyway, so, the next day... That was a perfect place to stop last time. Yes? Oh, I thought he was going to avoid us, but no. Excuse me, my lady. Do you have a moment? Yes, come in. Mr. Shiba's here, and he's waiting for you in the parlor. Oh, okay. I'll be there soon. Very well. Once Spacey's sure Fujita's gone, she lets go of the breath she'd been holding. He didn't even look me in the face. A night has passed since the unexpected kiss. This morning when they met, Fujita greeted her with an even colder and harsher, stony face. He's trying so hard to rein it in. He didn't do or speak more than necessary. Of course, they ate breakfast separately. When Mizuhito came home this afternoon, he was completely oblivious to the tense atmosphere in the manor and went to his room to sleep. He did pass a little amount of money to Fujita before he went to bed. Her brother seems to be getting paid, but whatever he's doing for funds is likely to be nothing good. Oh my god, do you think he's going to the red light district because he's a whore? And he was going to the red light district to find himself some prostitutes, but maybe he's the prostitute. I mean, apparently he's beautiful, so... Whatever you gotta do to make money, brother. That's gonna be weird in his route where I'm like, but I love you and you're sleeping with other women for money, and this is gonna be a strange thing. That's gonna be the harder part to wrap my brain around, that I'm having sex with my brother. Hence, lately, Spacey and Fujita have practically been the only ones living in the manor. Today, though, it's like she's living all on her own. Fujita looks so panicked and ready to commit ritual suicide last night, but it seems he's chosen to kill his emotions instead of his body. Well, I mean, that's slightly preferable. We can get his emotions back. You can't get him back. Fujita's impassive mask today is especially immovable, alerting Spacey to the rigid and thick wall he's built between them. She supposes this is the conclusion Fujita has come to. That's when you just go to his room and disrobe, and then he's got no choice but to acknowledge that you're there, somehow. I don't know what he's gonna do, but I'm just saying. Tempt him. What happens? When she steps into the parlor, Shiba, the haughty man, is sitting back on the couch like he owns the place, as usual. And he hasn't forgotten to bring flowers for her. Hey, my lady. You look even more beautiful today. You look the same. I love the sass and stones on her. I like her sassy stones. She sits down on the couch opposite Shiba. Fujita isn't here yet. Usually he follows her shortly after to serve her and the guests tea or coffee. What is taking him so long? So, let's go to the chase. Did you keep your promise? On my volume. Shiba implores out of nowhere. My promise? Don't play dumb. You made a promise to me about the guy you had a marriage interview with at Teikoku Hotel. Oh, well... She remembers now. Shiba happened to be at the venue of her marriage interview and stormed into the manor to shout at her. Although the man her grandmother introduced hasn't been formally rejected, she has told her about her lack of interest in proceeding with the matchmaking. She said Spacey should think about it some more, so it's likely that her grandmother hasn't said anything to the man's family. But just thinking about recounting the exact version of the story for Shiba tires her, so she settles for the simpler version. I did keep my promise. I turned down the matchmaking offer. I did plan to refuse him in the first place, though. Well, that's a relief. Now I can openly demand your hand in marriage. You must be forgetful. You've been plenty open about wanting to marry me, haven't you? Nope. I'm gonna do something different now. Shiba's eyes are clear as he leans forward. I want to hear your formal response. Huh? Your response to my marriage proposal. Say it. Are you gonna accept it or not? No. Your household's as good as bankrupt. I know that butler of yours is doing everything within his power to help. There's only so much he can do. How is it related to my formal response to you? Because I know you're thinking about getting married. Well, do you hate me? I don't know. So you don't exactly hate me either, right? Like, he's like, do you hate me? I'm not sure. Like, you're like, no, I don't hate you. Or like, I don't love you, but I don't hate you. You're like, do you hate me? I don't know. So that's not exactly yes. So you don't exactly hate me, so there's a chance. Man, he'll take anything. Where's Shiba? Like, if you played Fujita's route first or something, like, then you're like, God, Shiba's like kind of a tool. And then you go down his route and then you're like, oh, actually, okay, he's a misunderstood tool. Still a tool. Don't get me wrong. He's still kind of a douche, but I kind of like him, you know? And he's got a heart of gold underneath it. He just doesn't know how to act mostly decent. You know? He's, like, rough and gruff and, like, you know, but it's, like, it's fun. And it's just fun seeing him in other routes, because you're like, my God, if you played any other route first, you'd be like, this guy, what a dick. Like, but in his route, he's a dick that you're kind of into, and then, like, you know, actually, wait a minute. Back it up for a second, because I was just thinking his route in my head, and, like, him forcing a kiss on you in the car. When Fujita kissed her, she was like, my first kiss, but it's like, but that wasn't. Didn't that still happen in this route? Because that happens in the common route, you know? You go out to lunch with him, and then he gets all kissy in the car. So did we just forget about that? He was like, I forgot about it until just now, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So, like, somebody probably brought that up at the end of at the last part when the kiss happened. Was like, wait. So somebody thought about it, so I heard you in the future. But like, or you're gonna tell me, no, you're crazy, that didn't happen in this one. Like, the car thing happened, and like, whatever, but maybe the kiss didn't. You know what I mean? I just remember the, like, being in his arms in the car type of a thing, because that was like when it hit a bump or something, right? But like, maybe he didn't kiss us, but the embrace happened. Anyway, I don't know. So, loophole game. Excuse me, I'm gonna need you to get your facts straight. She doesn't have someone she likes. It's unrequited. Oh, she does have someone she likes. I'm like, what? It's unrequited, though. Most likely will be forever. I can say this for sure. Oh, this is Shiba. I can say this for sure. I can make you happy. I can make you fall in love with me. He's not wrong. He absolutely does that. That confidence of yours is obnoxious. I'm just saying that's how obsessed I am with you. Again, I don't know. I don't know why you're telling me these things. We've only met a couple of times. How can you be obsessed with me? Time is irrelevant when it comes to love. You're unbelievable. And I'm saying I'll prove it to you until you believe me. As soon as he says so, Shiba crosses the distance between them and walks towards Spacey. Too sudden for Spacey's liking, he reaches out for her and wraps his arms around her. Is he gonna do like a fake he's gonna like almost go to kiss, and then frickin' Fujita's gonna come in and be like, ah! Oh! Hey! Oh, they actually did say that we would get Shiba's other save files and other routes and stuff like that. Because here, save files. Shiba's other CGs, because this is a Shiba CG. Not a Fujita one! How dare you, sir! Actually, we got a Shiba one in the, beginning, too. Did we get CGs of all of them in the beginning, or just... Anyway. Shiba! Don't run from me. I'm not gonna do anything to you. He whispers in her ear. I want to be with you, because I know he grabbed us one time before, but I don't think this is the same CG. Her heart jumps in her chest. She's engulfed in the scent of Shiba's cologne. Being hugged this tightly and listening to his low whisper of pompous words, although she knows it's just another one of this man's underhanded tricks, her pulse is still pounding. It's kind of interesting that she's like, to Shiba, but is like, but I love Fujita, wait a minute. But also, you're being rejected by the person you love, so you're going to notice a little bit more when someone's being this forceful, when Shiba's getting his hands on you. And it's also kind of an interesting thing that they put in here, because, think about it. When you're playing Otome games, you got these 5 gorgeous men fawning over you, And you're like, oh yeah, they're all nice. And then you go down Route A and you're like, Route A is the only person ever, and you only like everybody else as pals. But in reality, if you were in a house with 5 hot men vying for your attention, you'd be like, well, I mean, like, this one's kind of, you know what I mean? And like, the reality of the game itself is like, yes, right now, she's on the Fujita train. But the whole point of an Otome game, the reality that those games live in, right, is that here's this woman presented with these 5 possible suitors, and a slight change is going to lead you to one or the other, but that doesn't mean the attraction isn't there for everybody. Because, you know what I mean? Like, with Shiba, she's like, God, his attitude, and he's kind of douchey, and what the shit, but you know what, when he grabs me, I'm kind of, wait, what? Wait, what's happening? And like, even like, my God, my brother's beautiful. And then later she's gonna be like, you know what, actually? My brother's beautiful. You know what I mean? She had a slight little girl crush on Majima, you know? You got the childhood friend, so you've got feelings underlying there, even if they're not romantic yet, you know? So, like, there's these little things, so it's not like in any other route she's like, oh, the Shiba guy, such a tool, and only in his route does she feel this, like, oh, slight attraction, like, what's happening? Like, I don't want to like him, but my body's responding, kind of. Like, that's gonna happen in everything, because even though she's like, nah, his personality is awful, you know, in every other route, there's still gonna be that slight little tinge of attraction, you know? And I like the fact that they do that instead of being like, no, when you're on track A, B, C, D, everybody else doesn't exist. They're just your friends. There's no feelings there. It's like, because you might still, you know? When you're exploring, especially in the beginning. Oh, you might forget, like, she always had the little crush on Majima, and she kind of even was thinking about him throughout Shiba's route, and then was like, you know, but it's different. Like, because, like, it's acknowledging the fact that you're gonna have little crushes, you might have slight attractions to people, and that might not be the person that you end up with, but those things exist. As opposed to in every other Otome game, it's like, well, this person's good looking, but anyway, not interested. And you know what I mean? Where they act like those little things only exist in passing in the prologue kind of section or the common route, because, oh yeah, just to acknowledge that I think that person's good looking, so when they end up together, you don't think it's totally weird, but, you know, it's still not as, I don't want to say in depth. This isn't totally in depth, but it's not as noticeable as here. Here it's like, oh, he's, you know, expressing this, and this is intriguing, and there's something about Shiba that intrigues her and kind of interests her, but she's also like, hell no, you know? Like, I don't know, I just like the fact that they kind of put that in, like, she's a little confused. And even though she's totally on the Fujita train, she's like, it's not like the little crush I had on Majima, that's different. Or like, Shiba still kind of turns me on a little, and what the fuck is going on? But like, I love Fujita, you know what I mean? Like, because you're at a confusing place. And I like that they put that in there. I don't know, I just think it's good. You know, because it's not overdone where she's like, oh, Shiba's so hot, and oh, my brother, and like, where you're like, girl, I'm gonna need you to put your vagina away and stop throwing it at everybody. You know what I mean? There's a market for games like that too, where we have a man harem. I'm just saying, I'm fine with that. You know, but you gotta commit, one or the other. But they're not like doing it where she's like totally lusty after everyone. It's just these little things where she's trying to figure out her feelings and stuff like that. And it's like, it's believable when you have Shiba chasing you, and then you've got Majima tempting you, and your brother's hot, and that's weird. But like, you know what I mean? Like, and you got this sexy older butler. Like, you know, it's believable, and I like it. Anyway, 20 minutes later. But anyway, she's twinging a little now because of Shiba, but it's also because no one's ever so clearly expressed their desire for her. And it could be a little bit of longing in this case too. Like, I wish Fujita would express his desire for me. So like, it's less Shiba and more just the emotions he's throwing at her that she likes. And that's valid too. She knows this is stupid, but her heart is beginning to sway. Because those words are exactly what she's been longing to hear. She wishes the words had come from someone else that isn't Shiba, though. Exactly that. Exactly. I want to hear these words from Fujita, but Shiba's saying them, and I can't say I don't like the words, even though the man is not my first choice. But, like, you're getting so frustrated that you're just gonna throw yourself at, you know what I mean? Like, I like it. Cheetah will never say those words to me. It's clear as day, and that's exactly why Shiba's raw and unfiltered words have charmed her. Maybe she should just say yes and be this man's wife. That would drastically change this route. The wild idea occurs to her. Marrying Shiba might indeed be the easiest option. Their marriage will not only save her household, but also liberate her from her unrequited love. Maybe her marrying Shiba is in everyone's best interest. But as soon as a thought crosses her mind, oh, she spots someone standing behind the door that's been left slightly ajar. She's spying instead of busting in being like, unhand her! He's just like, he wants to say it, but he just doesn't. It's Fujita standing rigid in his spot with a tray of tea in his hands. Fujita. When their eyes meet, however, his face falls and he tears his gaze away. The moment is like a slap in the face. A shiver runs down her spine. Her eyes burn, vision blurring with unshed tears. She wonders if his expression is sadness, with perhaps a tinge of resentment. Well, you kissed me, and then you hid from me. So, like, I don't really think you should be resenting me, although at the same time, I was like, God damn it, I'm in love with you! And now, like, I'm in Shiba's arms, so it does seem a little odd, so I can't really blame him. An iron and impenetrable mask of his is slowly peeling off his face. Stop it, Shiba! Let me go! Unwilling to stay in Shiba's embrace any longer, she writhes in his arms, trying to break free. Why? Shiba lets go and frowns at Spacey. Wait a second. You look pale. You sick? Sorry. I think I'm just tired. She really shouldn't be here any longer and continue her conversation with Shiba. Can I ask you to go home? Ugh. You always tell me to go home early. Sorry. Well, it's fine. Spacey wonders if Shiba believes that she isn't feeling well because he moves to leave without putting up any more resistance. Just keep this in mind. I'll be back to hear your formal response. Yes. Understand. He's like, she said yes! Girl can't say that word! It's gonna take the wrong way. Take your time and think carefully about who can be your savior now. Spacey walks toward the door as well to see Shiba off. Are you leaving, sir? Vegeta makes his way toward them without a tray in his hands. Yeah, and I'll come again soon. See you, my lady. Take care. Yes, you too. The instant Shiba and his boisterous attitude leave, silence fills the manor. Spacey turns around. Fujita's already looking down at her, and his features are stern. My apologies. I could not deliver the tea in time. Just like that's because you were frozen still, because he goes to walk in, he's like, watching them in an embrace. Their eyes met through the gap of the open door. There's no way Fujita forgot about their eye contact back there. And yet, he's just blatantly told her the most obvious lie. It's fine. You don't even have to make tea for a man like him. Spacey could say the same thing about her lack of bravery to break this atmosphere between them. They're staring at each other, their gazes awkward yet resilient. There's fear of Spacey in Fujita's gaze, but there's strength there as well, because he's still not looking away. It's obvious that Fujita regrets the impulsive kiss they exchanged yesterday. But thanks to that kiss, something between them has changed. What are you guys doing there? Brother! Her brother seems to have woken up from his slumber. He's walking down the stairs now. Why are you acting weird, like lovers who are in a quarrel? I'm just kidding, he didn't say that. Feasible, though. Did you just see someone off? Who was it? Yes, we did. Shiba came to visit, again. That guy again, huh? Mizuhito sighs irritably. Well, I suppose I have little say in his choice to visit. Anyway, tell me what you discussed with him. Fujita? Yes. Could you bring something light to eat and a cold cup of tea to the dining hall? Very well. Fujita's loyalty toward Mizuhito appears just as strong as he nods obediently and returns to the kitchen. Spacey should be happy that her brother is here at home. She can't help but glare at him a little for the intrusion. She's like, I was having a moment! With Fujita! God damn it, you cock blocking me!
Oh, I see. So Shiba came here to get a formal answer from you.
Yes, that's right.
Well, he does have a point. It's been a while since he proposed to you, but our house has had to deal with a succession of unfortunate events, so...
Mizuhito mutters lazily while eating the ham and celery. Oh, ham that clearly isn't pleasing his taste buds. I was like, ham and celery, ham that clearly. Clearly, not celery. You know, I was like, you're just eating ham? That's your snack? It's weird. Maisie takes a sip of the cold tea that Fujita's brought for them and glances at her brother's disheveled collar. There are thin, long scars there that look like scratches. Are those marks proof of love, jealousy, or a grudge? She muses in a daze. Oh my god, maybe he's in a fucking fighting ring.
Listen to me, Spacey.
Alright.
If by any chance you're thinking of marrying that man to save our household, I want you to dismiss the notion.
But if I don't get married, our house will be destitute for sure.
We'll manage. Still, based on your answer, I guess you're interested in Shiba to some extent. Am I wrong?
What are you saying? I'm not interested in him.
Well, that you rejected the matchmaking offer that our grandmother introduced with ease, even though the guy's family is rich. If you're only looking to marry a rich man, that guy would do. It doesn't have to be Shiba, right?
I think between the two, Shiba's at least a little more exciting and intriguing. And he makes you feel things. Even if you're like, I feel things. And one of those things is disgust and loathing. Or distaste, at any rate. You know what I mean? The other guy, you're like, I felt nothing. It's like cardboard. You're like, it exists. Sure. But like Shiba, you're like, this is like something you're like, it's a weird flavor. So you like eat it and you're like, nah, I don't like it. But like, eat it, nah, I don't like it. You know what I mean? It's just, there's something about it, you know? Like, it's something. He's like celery. You're like, at least it's got a flavor, even if it's gross. Maybe I can get acquired to it, you know? I can acquire the taste for celery, but like licking cardboard, cardboard's never going to taste anything like cardboard, you know? Like, so. Lesser of two evils, to be fair. Her brother has caught her off guard with this question. Mizuhito's right. She did waste no time in rejecting the matchmaking offer with that serious young man. But when it comes to Shiba's marriage proposal, honestly, she's hesitating. And there is a reason the reason is Shiba's arrogant strength. The rough way he demands her love to the point where he's practically trying to forcibly drag her into his life. She likes it a little bit rough. I'm just saying, those guys that push you against a wall and are like, stop following me, and you're like, no, I love you! And they insult you and usually have glasses. Looking at you, Van Helsing. Like, I want that. I want to just demean me a little. Not a lot. Don't put me in a cage. Well, depending on who you are. But like, you know, Shiba's a little rough, gruff, and passionate, and you're like, I like this a lot, but how dare you doing it, you know? Everybody's got weird kinks. Casey doesn't like forceful men, don't get her wrong. I mean, I kind of might in Otome games. I kind of do, depending on the character. Sometimes I'm into it. There's a line, and if you're teetering around the line, it's okay, but there's a point where you cross it, and I'm like, nah, I don't like this now. But Shiba's kind of on that. You're like, I mean, a little bit of an asshole, but like, I'm kind of here for it. And we know he's got a heart of gold, so. But she's just tired of having to deal with her vague romantic situation with Fujita. And so there's a part of her that wants some force to just whisk her away by force. She'll let it. She doesn't want to approach Shiba first and accept his proposal, but if he's going to snatch her away regardless, she figures there'll be no place for her own will.
I did plan to go against your marriage with Shiba, but with our parents gone and our mountain of loans, our household isn't exactly the most attractive candidate for matchmaking. And yet, Shiba's attitude toward you hasn't changed, at least up until now. So, if you're interested in him, I'm willing to watch over you.
Brother...
Well, I know between the two of us, I should be the first one to get married. But I think I'm having it easy because being a man, no one will complain that I'm too old to get married.
You don't have someone you're interested in, brother? He does, but it's you.
Someone I'm interested in? No, I don't have that kind of person in my life.
Although he's like, no, don't. Secretly looking at you. The languid look on Mizuhito's face turns unreadable.
Right now I'm just Thinking more about how to finance our lives and less about getting married.
Again, not a lot of women are gonna be okay marrying a prostitute. It's a choice that he's making, and a lot of women are gonna be like, I would prefer my husband to be faithful to me, not earning money like that. But if you marry a rich woman, you wouldn't have to. But I'm just saying. I'm still banking that he's going out to the red light district to prostitute himself, not to visit. Because I'm just saying, we don't have any money. So where are you getting the money to bang these bitches? Well, bitches are banging you. And I find that amusing, and I kind of hope that's what's happening. Finance our lives? We don't have anything we can offer as collateral. Oh, your brother does.
I know, but I have an acquaintance that's willing to help, and I think we'll manage, somehow, financially speaking.
Really? Brother...
Really, so please don't worry about the house, Spacey.
Spacey's surprised, but she's also starting to feel hopeful. Doubtful. I gotta feel doubtful. I have a friend. A rich woman friend who's paying you to sleep with her? I gotta feel doubtful about your money-making schemes, especially, like, knowing how laissez-faire a kind of brother always is. I feel like the answer is doubtful. The answer is doubtful! Spacey questions the truth of her brother's story. Her brother's always been fooling around and messing about, but now he's telling her he's gathering money to save the house. It's only natural that she doubts his words. Also, if her brother knew someone who could help them, that person would have offered to reach out sooner. The fact that this is only happening now is odd. I kind of feel like, yeah, it's right to doubt him, because it also could be, oh yeah, don't worry about it. He's telling you that because he doesn't want you to worry about it. He's trying to look out for you. Like, don't worry about it. Don't think you have to marry just for money, because he does care about you. He doesn't want you to have to do that, you know? But she's happy that her brother has been earning money for the household, but this turn of events is too sudden that she can't wholeheartedly rejoice yet. Of course, there'd be nothing more joyful than getting all of their debt repaid. Still, she's anxious, and it's not like she doesn't trust her brother. Should we know? In the end, though, her joy wins over her doubts. She wonders if the time's come for this hopeless household to see the light of day. Well, this news is a lot to take in. Why now?
Our relatives were the one paying. Our relatives were the ones paying for our parents' funerals, right? I just thought maybe I should start earning money so I could pay for my own funeral.
Oh, dear God, you're already planning to fucking jump into the lake, aren't you? Or river. What? Brother, that's not funny!
Well, all joking aside, I actually felt sorry for you. And because we're poor and helpless. With our parents gone, I know I have to do something. Besides, I wanted Fujita and the other servants to have better lives.
At the first mention of the servants from Mizuhito's mouth, Spacey inwardly sighs in relief. After all, her brother always has this air about him that indicates his lack of concern toward himself, let alone the servants and his family. But apparently her brother has started to want to be more involved in the present and his own life. Spacey's terribly moved. Brother, I'm sure Fujita would be very impressed if you told him that.
Oh?
Why is that? He always complains because you never listen to anything he says. I'm sure he feels like you don't care about him.
Well, I don't about that. I think Fujita hates me.
Huh? Her brother's casual remark confuses her. Why do you think so? I don't think that's true, brother.
Maybe hate isn't the right word, but I guess he holds a grudge against me.
Grudge? I don't think that's possible. Mizuhito lapsed into silence, pondering for a while before continuing. This is interesting.
This happened in the past, so I guess there'll be no harm in telling you. I might have stolen Fujita's lover.
Hi? What? Yeah, okay, I was stunned silent. Macy shrieks in disbelief upon hearing her brother's indifferent confession. Her brother stole Fujita's lover? But why might have? Is this even a story that she can believe? What do you mean? When did it happen?
I think about 3 years ago. Oh, and another one around 4 years ago.
My God, how many lovers does this man have? He, starts to see someone, and then you steal her away, and then he okay, I'm gonna move on to someone, and then you take her, another one? You've wronged him twice?
Yeah, but I'm still not clear about both occasions. I only learned that I might have stolen his lovers after everything had been said and done. I don't even know if those stories are true.
I don't get you, brother. So you went out with Fujita's lovers only to find out later on that they'd been dating Fujita?
Exactly. Both girls were our maids. When I started getting romantically involved with them, they told me they used to date Fujita.
Oh my god, our butler was banging the maids! Damn! Now he's trying to bang the lady of the house. Fujita gets around. That is an interesting facet to his personality. We just thought our brother was the only hoe in the house. I mean, you gotta figure that, like, if you have a house with a lot of, like, maids, butler, all that kind of, like, servants in the house, that somebody's hooking up with somebody somewhere. Come on. Oh my god, brother! I can't believe you made advances on our maids!
I know, but when I'm lonely, I just can't turn away the girls who are coming to comfort me.
Our brother explains without an ounce of remorse.
But those girls weren't even serious about me. They were just there for their own amusement and left me behind afterward.
I doubt that. I think between you and those girls, you're the only one with that mindset, brother. Spacey knows all too well how the girls who have had a relationship with her brother must feel. Those girls might have known that her brother's heart never stays in one place. His heart's always all over the place, floating around and never settling. Because secretly, the only place his heart wants to settle is on his sister. Never gonna let that go! We got one more route before we get there. So, did you have an argument with Fujita, brother? 1.5, because we gotta finish Fujita. But, like...
No, you know how Fujita is. He won't ever defy his masters.
That's true, but it didn't happen just once, so...
Yeah, that's why I think he has a grudge against me. I might not have gotten involved with his lovers intentionally, but I'm still sorry.
I see. No idea. That means Fujita's had relationships with some of the maids before. Those girls ended up being snatched away by his master, though. I mean... And now he's kissing you. Still, how could Fujita still continue serving in the household with that poker face of his after being humiliated so badly? She feels really bad for him. Poor Fujita.
I agree. I did something he didn't deserve.
Brother, you don't even sound the least bit apologetic.
What do you expect? It's all in the past. I'm sure Fujita's moved on and is dating someone else now.
Well, it's never occurred to Spacey until this moment. Maybe Fujita's currently dating someone. He should have realized it sooner. Fujita might have already had a woman in his heart. He does, you. Considering his personality, he might have been entertaining Spacey's affection because he can't just push her feelings aside outright. What if that's the reason he's been refusing her up until now? He's in love with someone else, so he's been refusing me, but then he shoved his tongue down my throat. Like, I like how she just refuses to, like, connect and be like, he's into me, but he can't handle that because he's still stuck in this master-servant relationship thing. And he feels it's inappropriate, because it kind of is. But that's why we like it. Anyway. Brother, I don't think I have any right to criticize you.
What are you talking about?
She might have been hurting Fujita even worse than her brother did. The moment Spacey realizes that, she feels miserable. She thought her affection was a pure thing, but Fujita might have considered it an abuse of power, a threat to his livelihood. And see, that, like, I think he definitely, it's inappropriate master-servant relationship that we have, and this is, but it's not because, like, she's abusing the power, but we definitely did do that. So that's why we feel guilty about it, because there was those scenes in the, like, earlier parts where it was like, aha! I have a command then, you have to go out with me, and he's like, I think he really enjoyed his time, but I think he was like, this is like crossing a line here. But he did it anyway, like, fine. And we're now thinking, oh my god, I forced him into this, and it's like, sorta, but also, I think he enjoyed it, and the feelings that he has are real, but he feels they're inappropriate. Not because we're forcing him to romance us, he's like, you are my master, I am the servant, I can't do this, this would be inappropriate. And you're like, well, you just break down those lines because nobody gives a shit, except for you. And we're like, oh my god, I forced him into it, he felt like he had to. And it's like, this is a very valid misunderstanding. You know, because, you know, we kind of started being a little shady and knew we were doing a power play. Like in the beginning, so. His cold and empty expression flickers in her mind and sinks to the bottom of her heart. After a while, her brother gets ready to leave the manor. He's probably going to earn money again. Trust Mizuhito, worry about Mizuhito. I think we should worry about him. Although trusting him, worrying about him seems definitely more, valid. 100% valid. But seems more like possibly, we should just trust him because it's not about him. But I really do think worry is what we should do. It does seem more like a Mizuhito kind of answer than it does a Fujita one, but, but wouldn't Fujita also be worried, Ooh, create a save file for, ow, bird, rude! Don't bite, you jerk face. Not nice. Because I moved and he's stuck under my neck, so he bit me. Alright, and trust him. Okay. I don't know about that, but investigating her brother's destination has to be a crazy idea. Oh, so worrying about him would have been following him, which means we're going to get stabbed or kidnapped. So, okay, valid. I get it now. Spacey muses as she quietly sips her lukewarm cup of tea alone. Try taking a breath. Excuse me. Oh, yes? Would you like another cup of tea? No, thank you. I shouldn't be lounging here. We need to get dinner ready. Spacey musters her cheeriest voice and gets up from her seat. Aki's still down with a cold, right? Today I'll help you cook from the beginning. I'm happy for your offer to help, but that would be unnecessary. Don't say that, please. I want to help. I see. Vegeta pauses for a while. Well then, could you please take a bath first? I'll heat the water for you. Huh? Spacey blinks at Fujita. She's just offered to help him cook. Why does she have to take a bath first? What do you mean? I can always take a bath after dinner. There is a scent about you. Scent? Oh, that of Mr. Shiba's cologne. And it's very strong. I was like, are you complaining about my lady scent? And you were like, I need you to wash it off, girl, because I'm not going to be able to handle myself. Because that's interesting. Because we always have to tie back to our, oh, I'm ovulating, therefore I smell amazing, and men want to dry hump me like a dog. Like, what the fuck? Gross. Gross. Can we not? But now he's like, you smell like Shiba, and I can't handle it. Valid. I'm here for that. Spacey gasps. Come to think of it, Shiba did hug her this afternoon. And Fujita was there to witness it. She knows he was there. But she thought they were going to play dumb about their brief eye contact. Pretty chide Spacey about Shiba's smell, in a roundabout way too, now of all times. I don't get you. Are you jealous? No, I am most definitely not. So he isn't jealous. No, I most definitely am not, really, and you took that as he's not jealous, because that was stuttering. You'd be like, I'm most definitely not jealous. That's how you say you're not jealous. When you're like, no, what's crazy? You absolutely are. So I like how she's taken his words instead of the stuttering as proof that he is. Girl, he is. So he isn't jealous. Bullshit. He comment about her smell just because? But Fujita's clearly flustered after Spacey said the word jealous. His reaction irks her, causing her bottled feelings to explode. I like how we are just frustrating me. It's like, God damn it! She just loses her shit. Fujita, you're a coward! You're a big guy, but the way you express your jealousy is just like a woman's. You're pathetic. Oh! Line crossed! My lady. His pained voice, his pacifying gaze. These things work to amplify Spacey's anger like fuel to the fire. What do you want? Speak louder. You can't even make me shut up, can you? Oh, yes, he can. Oh, don't tempt him. Do it. Make me shut up. Please stop, my lady. You're utterly pathetic. If you've got something to say, say it. Out loud. Oh, just kiss me again. You're really so effeminate, Fujita. That is such a low blow. First of all, it shouldn't be an insult. You're like a woman. You're effeminate. But it's like, that is like the 1918. Yeah. But it's such a low blow to go there. Vegeta still isn't saying anything back, and it frustrates her. Feels like her entire brain is on fire, but I like how she's just frustrated, so she is just saying the most awful things to him. Perhaps she's been influenced by her brother's story about Fujita who'll grit his teeth and endure any hell if it means obeying his superiors. When his mask finally slipped off a little just now, what he showed her was jealousy. A childish sort of jealousy. He's a coward. Pathetic. Undignified. She believes she's called him all names that should have hammered his pride, but Fujita isn't even looking at her, staring fixedly at his feet and murmurs, "Yes, I am effeminate." He's admitted it, just like that. Her strength leaving her body, Spacey feels like she's suddenly standing there without a core and props herself up. In the corner of her mind, she wanted to see Fujita angry. She wanted to make him mad by throwing those insulting words. Now, what she did seems worthless. Like, we wanted to hurt him and he just accepted it, and that just ruins everything. Oh, I am a coward who's scared of getting hurt, who fears being betrayed and disposed of. Cheetah, sooner or later, you're going to walk away from my arms too, my lady. So why would you try to provoke me? Oh my god, that hurts so bad. Girl, you need to break down and sob! Oh! This poor man. It's like, everybody just leaves me for your brother, and then you're gonna leave because you can't be with your butler. So, like, as much as I love you, this isn't gonna work. You're just gonna leave me like everyone else, and two, because our stations are so different that's the expected thing. You're just gonna marry Shiba, so like, that hurts so much. He strings the words with sadness and searching eyes. His gaze is imbued with heat, almost like that of a woman. Girl, stop comparing him to a woman! You'll throw me away anyway, right? You're just frustrated because I'm not acting the way you want. Am I wrong? Really act like a woman. Things you say, the faces you make. And that's why you're kind of into it, and that explains why you're going to bang Kyoko later, because you're a little bisexual. I see. We're just leading into it. Which is why I agree with you that I'm effeminate. Fujita lets out a self-derisive chuckle. The only thing manly about me is my external appearance, my tall stature. Beneath this, however, I'm just a helpless and weak person. Cheetah, the ladies are curious about me and eager to approach me because of my looks. And every time a lady's walked into my life, I would accept her and promise to make her happy. That's so sad. So all the maids were like, oh my god, look, he's like, and whatever. And he's like, okay. And then they're like, oh, look, brother in the house. Like, oh, they just used him. So our brother really didn't steal the women away. I don't think he's mad at our brother so much as like the women who just chucked him aside when something new came along. Because he's just a passing fad. You know, that's usually how women feel. So bravo to the game for turning the tables here. But the endings were always devastating, and they all threw me away, and they all got snatched away by another man or fell out of love with me. I remember you told me something similar before, but I myself have tired of having to go through harsh times. I want to stop encountering painful experiences. Talking about her brother, Mizuhito, he did steal Fujita's lovers without knowing, but he's still immoral. In terms of confidence, Fujita's the complete opposite of Shiba. She supposes most women gravitate more toward the haughty and manly Shiba than a man like Fujita, who tends to spout pitiful things. They gravitate more toward men like Mizuhito, who, despite his aloof personality, is capable of openly expressing his desires to be pampered. And yet, Macy finds herself helplessly and definitively drawn to the subservient and cowardly Fujita. I kind of like that I can dominate you. You know, valid! I'm into it. She wishes she could do something to bring out the passion slumbering within him. And that's going to be intense because he's going to be like, everyone just throws him away. And we saw a little inkling of that passion when he just force kissed us. Alright? He's got a lot of it, but the fear is keeping that at bay. So you got to break down that fear wall. She wishes she could see this miserable man giving himself up completely to drown in heat. She wishes this man would want her. You have a lover now. She wishes this man would want her. Is she listening to the words he's saying? You're just going to throw me away like everyone else. He's not saying he doesn't want you. He's saying he doesn't believe your desire for him is anything more than a passing fancy. So it's not about him not wanting you, it's about him questioning your desire for him. Like, she's just so stuck on me. He doesn't like me! Listen to the words he's saying! Huh? A lover? Yes. I mean, you're old enough to get married, so I thought maybe you're seeing someone. No. All this time? Yes. I've been single for the past 3 years, I believe. I mean, he's been alone since Mizuhito snatched away his last lover? Her brother is terrible. Then again, she might be just as guilty as her brother for not noticing his crime. I just gave up. I know there's no woman in this world who'd want to be with a man like me. They all ran away. But when I turn around, I realize I'm alone. Playing the victim much, huh? You should try to make them stay. Prevent them from running away. Huh? Vegeta's gloomy eyes are locked on Spacey's after the accusing remarks. Tie me up if you must. Whoa, girl! She's I love this game. Tie me up if you must. Make me yours and bind me to you so I won't go anywhere. I like the fact that she is getting so forceful. Like, God damn it, just take me now on this dining room table, would you? And he's like, I think that would be inappropriate. And she's like, but you want to? And he's like, God, yeah. And she's like, so do it! And Shiba's around. She's like, you're just too intense. I need you to simmer down. Stop forcing me. And now she's like doing the same. Like, it's so good. Vegeta's eyes widen and its features stiffen at Spacey's words. She knows he has to be harsh. She knows she has to be harsh with her words. Mild words aren't going to make a difference with this man. She needs to hit him with her raw emotions or he'll never understand how she feels. Girl, just mount him. Right now. If the scent of that man bothers you, rewrite it with yours. God, the stones on her! I love this so much. My lady, wrap me in your scent. Fill my head with only thoughts of you. Could you just imagine if you were a man and someone said... God, if as a woman, if a man said this to me, I'd be like, shit! How are you not slightly turned on? Like, unless it's someone you're really creeped out by, you'd be like, oh God, no. But like, someone you find attractive, or you have any interest in, and they say this, you're like, Jesus Christ! God damn it, Fujita, your loins should be on fire right now! She reaches out to grab his sleeve and shake his arms. Vegeta's face turns bright red and he makes a bitter face. Please stop it, my lady. And please stop trying to corner me. You're such a spineless man. What did you even kiss me for yesterday? That was... You kissed me impulsively and you regretted it, didn't you? Well, tough luck. I was happy you kissed me. Again, I like how she's not hiding. She's like, you just regretted it. Well, whatever. She's like, I was happy. I liked it. I like how she's just laying it all out. Because I'm obsessed with you. I've been wishing somewhere in my heart for you to kiss me. My lady. Oh. Oh, he wraps her in a firm embrace. I'm sorry, this would have been a good time for a CG for this. Being engulfed in Fujita's scent makes her dizzy. Spacey rubs her cheek against the thick fabric of his suit and lets out a feverish sigh. Fujita. We should not do this. We mustn't. Vegeta releases Spacey, despite having already hugged her. Why not? We can't do this. We've not been thinking straight lately. Well, let's think a little crooked. Let's think a little horizontal. And then we'll think straight later. Not thinking straight? So it's fine if it's with the maids, but when it's with me, it's not thinking straight? My lady, did you know? It doesn't matter. I've been working here for more than a decade. Is it such a far-fetched idea that if you had a lover, she'd be one of the maids? Vegeta casts his gaze down, struggling to find his voice. But you and the maids are... different. We're the same! We just threw... Oh, now we get a CG, but it's us throwing our arms around him! Impatiently, Spacey rushes forward to circle her arms around Fujita's neck, clinging to him and resting her cheek against his. Oh, I love it. Spacey wonders if he shaved this morning because she can feel the stubble of his 5 o'clock shadow grazing her cheek. Vegeta's face is alarmingly hot. His quick pants are fanning her ear, and the pulse beneath the skin of his neck is tumultuous. See, when we're hugging like this, I'm just another woman. We're the only ones here. How am I different from those maids? You are different, and we cannot do this. A relationship between two people of different social statuses will only end terribly. Right. Might be right. Her head is hot and her body is burning. She's tried to chase after Fujita, but he's still adamant to run from her. Her rage is beyond the boiling point. I like that he can keep himself composed, because I feel like if this were happening and he were anybody else, there would be sex on this dining room table right now. Like, clothes would be off. Things would be happening. Like, goddamn, the man has got, like, nerves of steel to be able to put up with this. Especially when you consider in every other game, like, if you look at me, I might just get so horny, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So, like, if we're doing this much, I feel like, at that point, I can't blame a man for being like, I don't know what I'm gonna do if you keep this up. I get it. I'm purposely trying to incite that response here. But me just walking in, honey, I'm home. Oh, I can't handle it, boner. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, that's weak sauce. I'm gonna need you to pack it away, buddy. Jesus Christ, I blinked at you. This, though, I'm gonna need you to get a little excited. Commit. Always one or the other, isn't it? Well, if you blink at me, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Or like, I know you're throwing yourself at me and you're practically like climbing on top of me, but like, we can't do this. Jesus. Some other love interests have to learn the composure that this man has. But the maids my brother stole from you left the manor in the end. Suppose those relationships were just as doomed from the start. The moment he hears those words from Spacey... Oh! Fujita wraps his arms around Spacey in a tremendously tight embrace, as if the thing he's been enduring is now overflowing. I love the fact that he's just holding us now. The hug is almost literally bone-crushing. Her chest is too tight for her lungs, and she painstakingly gulps in a lungful of air. See, so you heard the story from the master. His voice is stifled, painted black in humiliation and rage. The two of you must have been laughing behind my back, and taking me for a fool. That's right. Why not? Because you're a flawed man. You have a defect, and that's why you were abandoned. The maids must have been interested only in your rare looks. Lady, I am too, you know. I tried to make passes at you, but you didn't even budge. So I tried to keep pestering you instead. But I bet everyone will do the same to you, because you're a man who's destined to be a toy for women. No one will ever love you for real. My lady. Oh! Oh! Forcing a kid. I like how the more we degrade him, the more he gets into it. You would think if someone was like, yeah, you're just destined to be a toy for women because you're spineless, and that's turning him on. Actually, I'm just going to throw this out there. They've constantly said it in and out of other Otome games, like, we need to be we need to have more of, like, we need to be the love interest, and they need to be more like the main character, because the main character's always like, oh, whatever, I'm naive and stupid. Like, no, I want to be the yandere character. I want to be the psycho. I want to do some of the crazy shit. And every once in a while we get something like that. And this is what's happening. Because usually it's the love interest who's like, oh yeah, whatever. And insulting us. And we're like, I don't know why I like it, but I do. And that's the type of shit I'm into. Okay? The characters are usually doing to me what she is doing to Fujita. So we have fucking turned the tables here. And I'm kind of into it. So I can't blame him for being like, God, I'm hot right now. Because, like, we like it when love interests are a little abusive and mean to us. Yeah, that's it. Call me stupid. That's right. Tell me I suck. Oh, yeah, I like it. Again, better if you have glasses. But, like, and now we're doing it to Fujita. We are totally being that, and this game is going to take us way more than well, okay, we already know that, because Shiba's rant took us forever, but it takes forever, because I just have to rant about how much I love this shit. This is goddamn amazing. I can't stop saying it. Every time we play this, I'm like, Jesus, this is so good! Every ounce of it! I wish every game were like this. I just want to play this game nonstop, over and over, never play another game again. I want to play other games, but I want them to basically be this. I want this level of like, holy shit! Amazing! Enjoyment! Having fun! Not like, yeah, I like this game, but I guess like, I just want it to be so memorable where you're like, damn it! It's like a punch in the gut because it's unexpected, but I'm here for it. I love this. So seriously, I know I already thanked the people before who kept suggesting this, but like, just pat yourselves on the back because this was the best damn choice. Again, I had seen this game like out there and people like talking about it and like, oh, it's really fun. I'm like, okay, maybe eventually. But I wasn't originally thinking about it because again, for me, art style is the huge draw. And there are some games that I look at and I'm like, this game could be garbage, but god damn it, the art is so gorgeous. You know? And you might play it and be like, not my favorite game, but I love the art. And there's other games that I'm like, the art's fine. It's not my favorite. This was in the art's fine, it's not my favorite. So it didn't draw me in instantly because the art style is what draws me in. Like, I want to play, I don't know anything about this game, but I like the art, I want it. I don't care if everybody hates it, I like the art. The art is pretty. Visually appealing for my eyeballs. You know what I mean? And then I'll decide if I like the game or not, but the art's good, I'm probably going to at least enjoy it a little bit, you know? And if the art's not good, I don't have as much of a desire to play. Even if everyone's like, it's the best game ever, it's like... And this one is one of those, like, the art's fine. I actually like it a lot more that we've gotten into the game and we're playing it. I like it a lot more now, but, like, my initial impression was like, it's fine, so, like, eventually... Yeah, we can play it, sure, but it wasn't on the top of my list. But every time I put a poll out there, it was like, can we play this one? And I was like, all right, I guess I'll, put it in the poll or include it. And it just kept getting up there, and I'm like, all right, fine, we're doing it, because everybody wants it. I've heard good things, and like, all right. And I just thrown it out there that my initial art impression is just like, fuck that shit, this game is great! And again, as I'm playing the game, like, I'm more used to the art style and I appreciate it a lot more than I did, like, just instant. You know what I mean? I judged the book by its cover, okay? I was like, the cover's fine, but this one over here is way nicer! And this game, where the cover might just be fine, it's so much better when you get into it that now I have appreciation for the cover a lot more. Anyway. I do like the art style a lot more now that we're playing it. I'm used to it. I'm into it. And like it works. Like, again, not my like most breathtaking art I've ever seen in my life. Personal opinion, but I love the game so much that it is still top tier. Top fucking tier. This is S tier game. I don't even know what else I would put up here, but S tier game up here. Like, just one of the best. Live forever in infamy about goddamn best. Just fucking amazing. Anyway, so now we're getting passionately kissed by the man we keep insulting, which I love. Without letting go of his hold around Spacey's waist, Fujita presses his lips against hers in a fierce kiss. Better not break away. Their tempestuous kisses only intensify. Wow. Their tempestuous kisses only intensify. The force behind them is so powerful that she's tempted to believe that he's devouring his lips. Devouring, I think, her lips, and plucking her tongue out instead. I'm not panting and moaning for him, but damn. My lady... And moaning again, wow. Oh, and we're moaning and panting, and dear God. Spacey can tell that she's being pushed down on the on the dining table! Under the onslaught of his relentless kisses! Dear God, it's everything I could have ever hoped for. Every time I have an expectation, push me down on this damn table, and okay, aye, let's do this. I have a feeling we're not gonna go that far yet. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm goddamn hoping for it. It's gonna be weird eating in the dining room from now on. Her half-finished tea spills over. Fujita doesn't pay it any mind, as he keeps kissing her. Damn. She twists in his embrace, her instinct telling her to flee, but he moves his arms to pin both of her hands on the table and render her defenseless. Jesus! Siblings, why would you torment me? Been serving for so long and I love you both. Are you into my brother? Are we gonna have a three-way? But I also hate you just as much. Cheetah... Oh, I'm not moaning and gasping, but Jesus. He doesn't even give her any chance to catch her breath before he dives down to kiss her lips roughly. Spacey finds being pinned down and kissed in this frenzied way satisfying. I do too! She's happy Fujita wants her. She's happy that he's kissing her out of his own volition. Fujita, my lady, The tension is gradually seeping out of her body, although he's like, I hate you just as much. I understand why you hate our brother. Why do you hate me? Because I tempt you, and you still think I'm gonna leave you? Perhaps noticing the change in her, Fujita loosens his restraining grip around her hands. Once their lips are freed, they gaze into each other's eyes with only a short distance between them. Oh man, I was really hoping we were gonna keep going. There's no more anger in Fujita's eyes. A hint of resignation is drifting in his grim gaze. What I've done. Again. Lets go of Spacey's arms. His face crumples, and he looks like he can break into tears any moment now. I am failure of a butler. No, not true. They're looking straight into each other's eyes. Spacey wraps her freed arms around Fujita's neck. Voice hoarse, she whispers, Sorry for saying those terrible things to you, Fujita. I said those things on purpose because I thought I wouldn't be able to change the status quo otherwise. I figured. Fujita's voice is just as raspy. You were right, my lady. I am a cowardly man. I had to pretend to be angry at your words to gain enough courage to do something. I am such a pathetic man. Fujita... But I was seriously angry back then. I lost control of myself. When I thought that you don't love me, I stare into each other's eyes, and they both lean forward to kiss again. Oh. Now that their violent emotions have left them, kiss tells them how much they cherish each other. Macy takes her time tasting Fujita's lips. His lips are thin, soft, and hot. Being held by Fujita's sturdy stature, Spacey's tremendously relieved. She's tremendously happy. No, he's finally admitted it, so we can just, be romantically involved now, huh? I like you, my lady. Fujita moans the words out as if he couldn't hold them in any longer. Oh, now he's holding us. You, and I will not lie about it again. Fujita, her joy is overwhelming and dizzying. You too. I've had to review my feelings time and time again, but now I love you the most. Lady. Fujita frowns as if he's in pain and hugs Spacey tightly on the dining table. Like how we're just holding each other on the dining table. Safe in the embrace of Fujita's huge stature, a wave of relief floods into her. Pressed against his warm chest, she feels like a chick tucked safely under the wings of its parent. Lady, cherish you. His purple eyes are glistening beautifully with tears. I'll not run away anymore. I'll not let you go. Fujita, you from the bottom of my heart. I promise I will fill your life with joy. Love you too. I swear that I'll never make you sad. I'll make you happy. They cling to each other and kiss. She wishes they could stay like this, touching and embracing each other forever. Now that Spacey's gotten Fujita's love, she doesn't need anything else. This is so beautiful. We just got slammed with all the CGs there, Jesus, but... Oh! Ah! Oh, sorry, I just, grabbed my bird's tail by accident as I was trying to grasp my chest, my heart. Sorry, buddy. Oh my god, but anyway, we're a little over time, but we couldn't stop there, and all of a sudden I was like, I wonder when I'm like, oh, Jesus. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.